You know, when you travel around and you campaign, you talk with a lot of people. And when I started this effort, I saw this woman who said to me, "I am so glad you're running. You are the greatest candidate, and I'm going to vote for you." And I was so touched. I gave her a big hug and said, "Thanks, Mom." It was great. I am a native of Wyoming. My roots go back 5 generations to Finn Burnett in 1862. I'm proud to be the maker of the 6G, the 6th generation. Here Mac and his brother Nick is behind us, the 6th generation Wyomingites. I come from a family who believes very strongly in the public service ethic. And I have grown up with that ethic from the time I could remember. And it is very important to me. And I live that ethic. I'm a citizen legislator and have done that for 12 years. Before that, I was on planning and zoning for 7 years. I've dedicated the last 17 years of my life to public service, both on the local and the state level. And I want to continue to do that for you as your next governor. I do have my own strong record. I believe that I had great success as the Speaker of the House in the last session, the last 2 sessions of the Wyoming Legislature. And I'm so pleased to see the leadership of the House and the Senate here. Ed Buchanan, Lorraine Korberg. I'm sorry Frank Phil couldn't be here. We miss him every day. I have an optimistic vision for Wyoming that tackles the challenges in front of us with the values that carried us to where we are today. Values like faith, integrity, respect, hard work. Those values guided me growing up. They guide me in business. They guided me as a freshman legislator and as the Speaker of the House. They will guide me in this campaign, and they will guide me as your next governor. I have learned that success requires hard work and commitment, and I am not afraid of hard work. Ask any legislator I've served with if anyone works any harder than I do. I have done my best to do my best. And I don't want to fail, and I don't want the state of Wyoming to fail in any way, and I will work as hard as I can for this state. I have a career of protecting private property rights, Second Amendment rights, and 10th Amendment rights. And I have a strong record of standing up to the federal government on public land access issues. I come from the county with the first national park, the first national forest, and lots of federal land. During my legislative career, that's what we do. We deal with federal issues, and what's more important, there are a few things, but the governor has to stand very strong against federal efforts, because those federal efforts are continually trying to take away our rights to either produce energy and recreate on those lands, and that is not right, and we have to be vigilant every day to protect that. I've worked with key leaders in the state, and I know legislative and executive, Democrat and Republican. I know how to get things done. I do that in my law practice, and I do that as a legislator. I do what's best for the state of Wyoming, and I will continue to do that. My experience, record, and knowledge set me apart from the pack in this race. I was able to help the legislature and lead the legislature to reduce the budget by $1 billion over the last 2 sessions, have those great savings out there to address what's coming, build another $1.5 billion into the Permanent Mineral Trust Fund that's nearly $1 billion. I sponsored a taking 0.5% of the severance tax flow and putting it into the Permanent Mineral Trust Fund. I supported the other 0.5%. We have built incredible savings into that Permanent Mineral Trust Fund that will help us for generations to come. I've innovated on healthcare in Wyoming. The first state to pass any bill about healthcare and how we buy health insurance across state lines. It is now a study with the Insurance Commissioner and the Labor Committee. We can make health insurance more available and affordable in Wyoming, and I will push very hard for that because that helps you as small business people and citizens of this state to save money and create jobs. I worked hard to pass the Small Business Investment Credit Act that will create jobs. The 10th Amendment, passed a resolution this year on the 10th Amendment to send a clear message to Congress and the Supreme Court and any other federal court about state sovereignty being the bedrock of this nation, and I will continue to fight towards those efforts. Now, you know some of my ethics, values, record, and experience. Let me share with you my vision for Wyoming. It is a vision to keep this state moving and help our people, people provide for their families. As governor, I will do everything in my power to get the federal government out of the way of small business and industry and out of your lives.
Yeah.
I will defend our energy economy from threats like the Endangered Species Act and federal rulemaking and regulation. I will reduce burdensome regulation and taxes on small business and energy. Small business being the energy of job creation in this country and in this state. And I propose today that we reconstitute a Sunset Advisory Commission to identify and eliminate waste and duplication and inefficiency in state government. That we look at every agency and their regulations to find how burdensome is that, what are the priorities that were identified that this agency meets, does it still work, and what can we do to move forward? Uh-oh, the lights are on. Let's do things the Wyoming way. Things the Wyoming way. It's simple, basic principles. Don't spend all the money, save money well, keep savings appropriate, plan, budget, and save for the boom and bust cycles that we are so fond of in Wyoming. And we can plan those booms and busts and even those out, and I will do that. And I have a record of doing that in the state legislature. I will strive for less government, lower taxes, and balanced budgets. Those are the keys to job creation. I will stand up to the federal government and fight for our rights to produce energy, recreate on federal lands, and live free. I know the budget very well. I understand the policies and the priorities behind it. And I want to touch on one thing here before I finish. Long-term economic growth begins with education. We have the gold standard in facilities and funding. We have great teachers. We have an incredible opportunity in this state to form the best education system in America. We truly do. And what better economic development program could we have than to say to people, come to Wyoming for the best education for your children? We can do that. We need to figure out what is the definition of performance and quality in this state that we believe in. And we can do that internally with teachers, administrators, private individuals, to engage in this discussion and figure out how we lead that system forward. I will be a big part of that. I would love to be your governor. I have the knowledge and the experience, and I am ready to lead this state. And I'm trying to get through this before the light goes off. I have the strength to make the tough choices. I need your vote, I need your help, and I need your money. And I ask all of you for both.